Okay, we're going to be looking at navigation doing a running fix. So I'm going to work through this question here. You're sailing in Deception Bay when you take a running fix. At the start of the run, your compass bearing to the Deception Bay water tower was 268 degrees magnetic. You then sail on a compass bearing of 003 degrees magnetic for half an hour at 6 knots. At the finish of your run, your new compass bearing to the water tower has become 218 degrees magnetic. Okay, so write your latitude and longitude at the end of your run. Let's look at the information that we have. We've got at the start of the run to the Deception Bay water tower is 268 magnetic. You then sail on a compass bearing of 003 for half an hour at 6 knots. At the finish of your run, your new compass bearing to the water tower has become 218 degrees magnetic. Okay, so there's the information from there. Let's grab the map. Now, remembering with our map, we have these big black and white guys. Okay, each one of those is 1 nautical mile going down the page. Okay, the ones going across the page aren't guaranteed to be 1 nautical mile. They'll only be that at the equator. Okay, whereas these going down, always 1 nautical mile. Okay, we have degrees and we have 10 minutes south. Okay, and then if we look at this, 5 of these bars down, it's 15 minutes south. Okay, so we can say that this is 11 minutes, 12 minutes, 13 minutes, 14 minutes. Handy to do this before you start using your map, okay, so that you don't get the wrong measurements. Okay, so now that we've got this, and one thing else that I'd like to do is, okay, this says 153 degrees 5 minutes east at the top, okay, but down on the bottom scale, which sometimes is more useful to use, it has nothing. So sometimes I'll transfer, I'll just make sure I line it up. Okay, this one corresponds with this one down here. Okay, so I'll write down 153 degrees 5 minutes east there. Okay, now that we've got that, let's take a look at this question. It says you are sailing in Deception Bay. You start a run. Now a run is just going to start sailing, okay, and your compass bearing to the Deception Bay water tower was 268 magnetic. Okay, so Deception Bay water tower is here, and it was 268 degrees magnetic. Now remember, magnetic is different to the degrees that's on the map. Magnetic is your compass, okay, and the variation between your compass and what's on the map is 11 degrees east. Okay, so that means that the compass, the magnetic, is always less than what goes on here. So first off, we want to convert this, I'll write it here, 268 degrees magnetic, we're going to convert it to true, okay, which is going to be plus 11. The magnetic one is always less than the true. Okay, so we go ahead and do that. 268 plus 11, 200, so that equals to 279 degrees true. Okay, now that's from you to the water tower, but we don't know where you are. So let's take a back bearing of this from the water tower pointing out into the water, and that will tell us where you are. Okay, now remember, a back bearing is 180 degrees in the opposite direction. So if it's over 180, you take away 180. If it's less than 180, you add on 180. Okay, so 279, we're going to 279 degrees true to back bearing, okay, is take away 180 is going to be 279 take 180, 99. Okay, 99 degrees, true. Back bearing. So then we're going to go over to our map, and using our Douglas protractor, okay, we're going to put down from the Deception Bay water tower 99 degrees. So make sure you've got it facing the right way, your N is facing the right way, your outside numbers count upwards, okay. We're going to lay it down. Now we're fortunate because it's close to the edge of the map, so we can actually use the grid lines to make sure we're parallel. Okay, make sure that you're nice and lined up, parallel with the side, okay. And I'm using pen, so it stands out, but you're going to use pencil. Go to 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 99. Okay, and then go ahead and draw a faint line, okay, because you're somewhere on that line, or that's where you were, okay, from the water tower through that line, okay, that's where you start, that's along that line is where you start. Next up, okay, we're going to look at the second compass bearing, which was 218, so that's where we ended up. First off, our heading to the water tower was 268 magnetic, now it's 218, okay, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go 218 magnetic to true, it's plus 11, it's going to be 218 plus 11, 229 degrees true, and I'm going to do a back bearing, okay, 229 degrees true to a back bearing is take 180 is going to be 49 degrees true. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing. Go over to my map, get my Douglas, make sure it's the right way up, on Deception Bay water tower, okay, and I'm going to plot, what was it, 49 degrees, so 49 degrees, and then I'm going to draw a faint line out through there. So now along that line is where I finished up, okay, but it doesn't tell, it could be anywhere on this line, so we need to know exactly where. The important bit of information to do that is this part. We sailed on a bearing of 003 for half an hour at 6 knots, okay, so what you do is you go 003, plot that anywhere on your starting line, okay, so remember 003 magnetic to true, okay, is going to be plus 11, so it's going to be 014 degrees true. So anywhere on this line now, I'm going to put down a line between these two of 14 degrees true. Okay, so let's do that. Grab my Douglas protractor. I'm going to put it about, I'm going to do about there, because I can actually line up on the side a bit easier. So put it there. Okay. Was it 14? Okay, 14 is up here. And now I'm going to draw a line just there. That's the direction I headed. Now I'm going to work out how far I headed. Okay, half an hour, 6 knots. Remember, 6 knots is 1 nautical mile an hour. Okay, so remember our triangle. Okay, I'm going to move this up. Oh, that's horrible. Whoa. Okay, distance, speed, time. Okay, so we have the time, we have the speed, we want to find the distance, so it's going to be distance equals speed times time. Okay, so it's going to be 6 knots times half an hour is going to be 3 nautical miles. Remember, knots, nautical miles, that's their speed and distance units. So 3 nautical miles is how far I travelled. I'm going to grab 3 nautical miles now. Remember, these are nautical miles. So I'm going to line up in the corner. And remember, we have to take the vertical ones, not the horizontal ones. And I'm going to put a mark at 3. So 1, 2. Okay. Distance from here to the corner of my page is 3 nautical miles on the map. So now all I've got to do is parallel to the line that I had, that's my direction, I'm going to fit 3 nautical miles in between those 2 lines. Okay, in this case it might actually be handier because we're a fair way away from this line. Let's get from there. Let's extend this. Let's just do a ruler width. Okay, so now parallel to there is that. Okay, so we can see now if I started here and travelled it through for 3 nautical miles on that heading, I would have ended up here. That's my location. Next part, we just need to write down what our latitude and longitude is. Okay, you remember to do that is just, we're going to go our latitude, okay, line up on the side, okay, use our piece of paper as a right angle, and I can see that that is, okay, 27 degrees, now each of these is 0.2, so 8.246. So 27 degrees, 8.6 minutes south. And then longitude is the other way. Oh, look at that, that's perfect. Oh, almost perfect. Okay, 153 degrees. Back here will be 4 minutes, so 4.246 8, 9, looks like, yep. So here we go, we're going to go 153 degrees and what was it, 4.9 minutes east. That's how you establish you fix your location using a running fix.